Welcome back, roller derby fans, to the Ted Reeve Arena and the 2017 Fresh and Furious Tournament. I'm the derby nerd here, joined by Lex Tan. Still working on that derby name.
Yeah, definitely. I've got a couple of ideas in my mind right now, but you know, as you were talking earlier, anything can go. So
that's right. This is Lex is making his debut on the mic here for flat track roller derby. But you do have some experience with announcing and other sports.
Yep, I have basketball, volleyball, a little bit of baseball. I'd love to do hockey. I'd love to get into hockey. I mean, at the Air Canada Centre, where I every now and then I just by the PlayStation kiosks, I do those play-by-play for that. So.
Oh, nice. There you go. Well, this is the Fresh and Furious Tournament. We are having an anthem as well, and so we will put down our mics for the American National Anthem. All right, and we are back. Funny that we had the Canadian National Anthem here right on the cusp of our All-American Showdown here in the first round.
That's right, we got the Queen City Roller Girls, the Queen's Court versus Quarry from Rochester City. Rock City Roller Derby.
That's right. Queen's Court from Buffalo has a long history of playing in this tournament. They were here for the first ever Fresh and Furious in 2011, and I've been playing cross-border derby for as long as there has been cross-border derby to play.
And we got the rosters here for Queen's Court. We got Hannibal Schechter, Daisy Duke, Thunderstruck, Jinxie Jones, Hot Brass, Mick Dagger, Tequila Sunrise, Cassidy Dope, Fergalicious, Stretch Armstrong, Kate McHitton, Helena Hit 'em Harder, Ubi B, and Alex Slamher the Great.
All right, and for Rock City, we've got Lily Mammoth, Smother Superior, Fifi, Rampage, Purple Pain, Fifth Element, Dang, She Fine, Pythagorasaurus Rex, or P-Rex, Gremlin, Savage Patch Kid, PF Bangs, and on the bench we've got Torque Chop and Bambi. I was saying earlier that I'm always amazed. I assume every year when we come to Fresh and Furious, at some point these derby names have to just start running out. But it seems like new derby skaters have an endless supply of puns and play on names and words to bring to the sport. Every year the names just seem to maintain their awesomeness.
Definitely. One of my favorite ones over here so far, Kate McHitton. I love Kate McHitton from that, that sketch show, that famous sketch show that's been going on for 40 years now.
Yes.
And Rampage, that's a great name. A wrestler in the the big leagues of wrestling, if you may. That's one of her finishing moves.
There you go. Yeah, it's funny, Kate McKinnon, we do have these very time-specific names that sometimes get a little dated, but hopefully her career will stay and Kate can keep her derby name. So as I mentioned, this is game 2 on the schedule. Our second game here at Ted Reeve Arena. You can also stream at the Bubble. We have a second stream going on. And if you want the rosters, there's a little eye in the top right-hand corner of your computer screen. If you click on that eye, you will have access to the rosters. You'll also have access to an updated schedule throughout the course of the day. We will try and maintain that schedule update. So you can follow along. It is a pseudo double elimination tournament, but if you do lose a game, you lose the ability to win the tournament, but you can still work your way back into the third place game. So a one game loss is not the end of your tournament here.
Which is great because these are, as you mentioned, these are all first year. A lot of these are first year skaters, and it's great that they're getting the exposure and they're getting the opportunity to get big derby experience, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Queen City Roller Girls, of course, one of the top teams in Division 1. If you are a follower of the WFTDA, having a phenomenal year. And we do have a scoreboard we hear now on the overlay, so that's great. We will still try and keep you updated as the game progresses. We are playing under the Women's Flat Track Derby Association rule set, but they're kind of condensed, so only 2 timeouts per team, 4 penalties will see you foul out of the game. First jam now underway.
What am I doing? It's too early, man.
Whoa. Rock City Jammer knocked out of bounds. There seems to be some confusion. Again, these are new skaters, so they're still getting to know the rules as well, and there's some confusion on the Rock City side. Meanwhile, Queen's Court has picked up first lead jammer status of the game.
Thunderstruck the lead jammer at the moment. She gets past the pack.
Through for 5, so a grand slam to kick things off. Pack stopped up now at turn 2. Thunderstruck makes a nice little move to the inside, takes a hit. And that'll force a call off.
And if you're away from your screen right now, but here, listening to the audio, Queen's Court is wearing the black jerseys, and Rock Quarry is wearing the white jerseys.
This is Rochester's first time here at the Fresh and the Furious, but fans here in Ontario will know them. They were actually here earlier. Their senior team played a WFTDA Division 2 game against Toronto at the Bunker. Still have full packs, 5-on-5 on the second jam. Another lead jammer status picked up for Queen's Court.
That's Fergalicious for Queen's Court. It's the lead.
Fifi jamming, or Fefe.
Oh, what a check there.
Oh.
Fergalicious called off the jam.
That was Grimlin with the big hip check, I believe. And she's going to be sent to the penalty box, though, for that. Not sure what the call was. Seemed pretty good, but it could have been a low block, potentially.
Either way, Queen's Court does score a point on that last jam. It's 8-3. We just passed the 2-minute mark of this game, of this bout.
1 each in the block, 3 in the box, 3-3 on the pack. Rock City looking at the inside to start things off. Queen City Jammer trying to cut through the middle now, both being moved toward the middle of the track. And on the inside, it's going to be Cass with another lead jammer status for Queen's Court.
That was some great defense there by Queen City there.
That was Cassidy Dope. Yeah, nice job forcing that call off. Both jammers were through. No points on the board. (8-3) is the start. Queen City has never finished higher than 3rd in the tournament history. Jammers now released. Again, some hesitancy right off the line. Good scrappy start. Both these teams looking very strong here. Again, they both come from very strong programs, and lead jammer status goes to Fefe. Pepe.
Officially announced as Fifi by the in-house announcer. She was sent off.
A track cut will send her off, so power jam opportunity here for Queen's Court.
That's Ube Bay, who is the lead jammer now for the Queen's Court, making her way around.
Grand slam on that first pass, and the pack has not advanced beyond the beginning of the back stretch. Jammer's momentum, though, took her into that wall. Shifts to the inside at turn 3, down but not out of bounds, through for another grand slam.
10 points already. 18-3 for Queen's Court.
We saw in the first game that it's hard to make up for a big gap early on. So Rock City's going to want to keep within reach here. out of the penalty box. Queen's Court not ready for the Rock City Jammer. So initial pass is complete, and this could limit the damage. Oh.
A lot of good, big hits over here, forcing her out of bounds, and she actually calls it off.
Bit of a late call off though, and we get a steal of 5, so a full grand slam for Rock City on that one now, within 8, just as we come up to the 5-minute mark, the first quarter as it were.
And a refereeing crew here is the Mat Track refereeing crew with Cleveland, Giraffe, Mercy, Denied, Queen Helsa, Sea Stover, Florence, and Dharma Doll.
And on our second stream over in the bubble, we've got Le Quebecoisie taking on Windsor Assault. If you're looking for those teams, Windsor actually I know is a mix between Border City and Detroit. So that's an interesting team to keep your eye on. And it looks like we've got a Rock City lead jammer status picked up. Smother Superior.
Well, look at Queen's Court getting some speed over here. That's Thunderstruck bringing up the non-lead jammer status, and she's being held back by a big wall there, but she breaks free.
Queen's Court stealing points on that jam. Thunderstruck through first. Both jammers putting points on the board. Pack stopped at the back apex. Both jammers try to move through in the inside.
And Smother Superior gets put out of the track area.
And I believe at the very end of that jam, Jinxie Jones popped back and drew a track cut on the Rock City Jammer. And yes, that did happen. Nice heads-up play from the Queen City blocker. So we're going to have a power start here for Queen's Court. And they look really good for a rookie team here early on in this game.
15-point lead right now for Queen's Court.
I've been continuously amazed every year at the Fresh and Furious at how the level of these beginner skaters just continually increases. And a nice hit.
Oh, not.
Purple Pain showing some good track awareness there on the outside. But a nice reset from Fergavicious.
And there's a little bit of trash talking going on here between number 109 from Queen City, 109.6 Hannibal Schechter, and Rock Quarry.
For some of these teams, they don't have a lot of experience facing off against skaters they don't know. And that's a totally different thing for anyone who plays sports and knows you can scrimmage with your own teammates. It's a whole other thing when you've got opponents who don't have the same sort of love and care for you. Those hits just hurt a little bit more.
And Fergalicious just scored a grand slam on that one. Now she's back in the pack. Smother Superior back in the pack, and there's a...
So 4-3 on that last pack. Looks like we're going to have our first time out called of this game. Trying to see who called that timeout. Looks like Rock Quarry, the Rock City Fresh Skaters will call a timeout down 36-15. 6.5 minutes to go here in game 2. We've already got some results to share with you. The Dirty Farmers falling to the Smash Squad here at the Ted Reeve Arena, 111-68. And over in the bubble, the Forest City Derby Girls Thickets fell to the Quad City Hot Rods, 143-69. Quad City is one of those multiple league teams made up of skaters from a few Lindsay, Peterborough, and surrounding regions. So that's become a tradition here because a lot of leagues they're too small, and so they may only get 4 or 5 new skaters a year. And this tournament is so important to get that track time in that those smaller leagues will often join forces to send a collaborative team to come skate as a good opportunity to get their young skaters some track time.
And one thing that's great about roller derby on every single level that I've watched it at so far is that no matter where they are, they have such heart and they're so into this. It's a great sport. It's a great sport to watch. It's a great sport to play. It's a very physical sport, but the heart is in every single one of these athletes that we have.
That's right. This is DIY sports at its best. Started as just a small organization of like-minded women in Austin, Texas, and has grown into a global phenomenon. And we are back underway on the track.
Ooh, had a spill there by by Fifi, who's now the lead jammer. Actually, that's not Fifi, that's Ram. That is Fifi, sorry.
Daisy Duke with some nice hits, but Cass is through as well. That is Cassidy Dope for Queen's Court.
Fifi being held up there by Queen's Court there. She breaks free. And she gets 3.
3 points on that pass, so there was a no pass, no point being called by G-Ref, the jam ref. So that means that if you are new to the sport, as I'm sure there's a lot of new viewers watching their daughters, sisters, friends play for the first time, when you don't pass a skater legally, so if you both went down and you don't reset behind that skater, you don't get the point. You have to pass a skater legally to get the point. So that's why that skater only picked up 3 on that pass instead of the full 4. It's a lot going on. That's why we have 7 referees. 4 on the inside, 3 on the outside. And a lead jammer status picked up for Smother Superior. The Rock Quarry staying within reach. Superior looks to the outside, comes into the pack hard. Up quickly, though, and through.
PF Bangs headed to the penalty box. As well as another one from the Queen City Rollers.
So we've got a bit of a full box. 2 in the box for Rock City. It's going to be a 4-3 or 3-2 pack advantage, excuse me, for the Queen's Court. And we kick things off here.
Just under 10 minutes gone by in this bout.
So coming up to the midway point of this 20-minute game. 37-22, so 15 points is the difference. The Rock Quarry staying close to their northern New York counterparts, but it's going to be a lead jammer status for Thunderstruck.
A lot more space on the rink right now, with or on the track rather, with 3 players in the box.
Thunderstruck through for a quick 4 and a call off. Just past the midway point now of the game. Quick shout out to one of our sponsors, Magnum Fire Protection, helping individuals and businesses, large or small, to stop fire before it happens. Call Magnum Fire for all your fire prevention needs. Big thanks on behalf of Fresh and Furious for your sponsorship this year. This is the 7th consecutive version of this tournament. They used to try to follow the naming of the movie series as well. So we had Too Fresh, Too Furious. We had GTA Drift one year, but then they just gave up and started just calling it The Fresh and the Furious.
Hey, it's a great name.
Yeah. And who knew that franchise would still be going as strong as it is as well? What, they on 8th movie now?
Yeah.
The Fast and Furious franchise?
I think one of the reasons for that is, you know, a guy that I smell who's cooking, so.
Yeah, that's right. The Rock joined at some point and revitalized. I haven't actually seen the movies, but they're such a part of the pop culture fabric that it's hard not to know.
Definitely.
About them.
Fergalicious.
Yeah, Fergalicious is lead jammer, and it looks like it's going to be, again, track cut, I think, called the Smother Superior. Oh, and a big hit. Sends Fergalicious to the outside, forced to reset.
Try to read it to the pack here. Gets past.
Again with the hit.
Trips up a little bit.
Nice job from the Rock City pivot on that on defense on that pass.
Gets 5.
See the Queen City offense now just lining up on the inside. They're going to let their jammer go at it alone. And a track cut being called on Fergalicious, just couldn't help it with the momentum. So power jam shifts to the Rock Quarry. Pack moving into the second apex up to turn 4. Nice inside sweep from the Rock Quarry, and that opens up enough of a lane to get Smother Superior.
He gets a grand slam there.
So don't count them out yet. Lots of time left on the clock.
Mm-hmm. Oh, great move there.
Nice sweep outside in. Great offensive instincts here from this young Rock City team.
Fergalicious is taken down to the outside and has to reset.
not welcomed back to the pack nicely. Looks like a multiplayer balk penalty to a Queen's Court blocker. Hannibal Schechter. Smother Superior able to sneak through in a wide open inside lane. Big scoring jam for both teams on that one. When all is said and done, it's going to be 19-9.
And Rock Quarry right back in it, only down by 9 now. 7 minutes left.
You know, any mistake can change the course of these games. Only 20 minutes, of course. WFTDA games usually 30-minute halves, so a 20-minute game is really 1/3 of a game. And anything can happen, and any game can turn on any particular moment as well. So, for example, right now we've got the Rock Quarry with a 4-2 pack advantage, and they very quickly pick up lead jammer status as Grim Lynn have a low block penalty to the Rock City blocker.
Fifth Hellman going to the box for that penalty.
Cassidy Dope threw in her initial pass, so this will limit some of the damage, but Grim already back in the pack and scoring. No pack being called. And we got a call off just in time. So it's a hard-fought scoring pass for Rock City, but nonetheless, they're going to chip into that lead a little bit more.
Rock Quarry only down by 4 now as they set up for the next jam. 50-46 with 5:45 left on the clock.
This is, as I mentioned, Rock City Roller Derby's first appearance here at the Fresh and the Furious. This is the first time actually we've had American teams other than Queen's Court participate in the event. Looks like Hannibal Schechter is picking up a misconduct penalty. Oh, it's a double penalty, excuse me. So she picked up an initial penalty and then a second penalty for misconduct. She'll be in the box for a full minute. It's chaos on the track. Both teams scoring. Queen's Court was lead jammer status, so they do have the ability to call it off. They do so. 54 now. 50 is the score. Under 5 to go. Heck of a game here for your first call, Lex.
Definitely. I love these close games.
And it looks like on the track we are going to have a 3-2 pack advantage for Queen's Court. See if they can use this, trying to stop this Rock City comeback. Queen's Court has led since the beginning, and they will get lead jammer status here. Stretch Armstrong. It's lead jam and a penalty to Smother Superior.
Power jam opportunity now for Stretch Armstrong and the Queen City Rollers. Roller Girls, rather.
Stretch now just trying to power her way through the inside, is able to step over the apex, gets through. So an opportunity here for Queen's Court to perhaps reestablish their lead.
Up by 9 now after that Grand Slam. And another Grand Slam. 2 in a row.
It's going to be a long day for some of these teams. This would be nice to win with ease, I think, is what Queen's Court is hoping. They won't have a stressful final few minutes. And a nice, just an offensive pick from Jinxie Jones, just making sure that that inside lane remained open. And a 15-point jam really lays down the law here. Queen's Court back in control.
They reestablished that 19-point lead.
So the quickest way to win this tournament is to win 4 straight games. Is the easiest path that you have to the final, but that's a lot of games over the course of a day.
And even at 10-minute games over here, it is so intense physically, and also it's got to be intense mentally as well.
Yeah.
When you're just running into all of that, all of those blockers, and and just trying to be able to stay on that itty bitty track there.
Yes, yeah, it's tough. It takes a lot of effort out there and strain. And for a lot of these skaters, they've skated no more than 3 games in their derby careers as well. And you know, a lot of one thing I really love about the sport is that a lot of these women who come into the game do not have a sports background. Now that's obviously not true across the board, but a lot of them, this is the first time they've been playing a competitive sport, a contact sport, and so it takes a certain kind of energy to prepare for that mentally. 19 points is the difference. 3 minutes to go. Game 2 here in the Ted Reeve track of the 2017 Fresh and Furious on the Derby Nerd with Lex Tan. Full packs, 5-on-5 roller derby, and we have an official timeout called now by G-Ref. Officials just trying to make sure that things are in order. It looks like there's some discussion with the penalty box. So we are playing under the Women's Flat Track Derby Association rule set. We've got 7 referees. We also, of course, have a whole army of NSOs, skaters in the pink, or referees in the pink, who help make sure that things go smoothly. The defending champions of the Fresh and the Furious, Roller Derby Quebec, not sending a team for the first time in years.
Oh, wow.
So we will have new champions in 2017.
Exciting times for this tournament. Well, it's always exciting times,
Yeah.
no matter what tournament, no
right.
matter what year they put this tournament on.
And we say defending champions, but it's obviously a whole new roster every year. In the Fresh and the Furious. Both jammers getting exited quickly right off the start, forced to reset. Jinxie Jones holding back Feifei.
Thunderstruck took a little spill when she was trying to reset, but she's right back up and breaks out in front and takes lead jammer status.
Good game here, Thunderstruck for Queen City, but also out quickly is the Rock City Jammer. So a bit of a race now to the pack. Thunderstruck going to look to hit it, potentially quit it.
Oh,
Gets
nice
knocked
check.
at turn 2. Queen City's going to keep this jam going. I'm seeing elbowing penalty being initiated. Yes, and it's called on Thunderstruck. And just as I was about to say power jam, the Rock City Jammer picks up a track cutting penalty. So we're going to negate that power jam. Both jammers will be back on the track shortly. Thunderstruck taking the long way. Jammers, skaters can come back either way onto the track, and sometimes, especially jammers, like to take the long way to build up some momentum.
Thunderstruck goes down there. The block.
Looks like we have a direction of gameplay penalty called. You must be moving in the counterclockwise direction to make contact. First points of the jam going on to the board for Rock City.
McDagger in purple paint in the box at the moment. And a second Rock Quarry skater is into the box now. So Queen's Court's got the power jam going on.
Oh, and cutting the penalty called on to the Rock City Jammer. So the power jam will shift to Queen's Court. No lead jammer, but this jam is going to come to its conclusion right now. We've got time for at least one more jam. And with Queen's Court in the lead, they have 2 timeouts in their official review left. I don't think they're going to be stopping the clock here. I think they'll be content to get this game over with as quickly as possible, clinging to a 20-point lead.
Now 20 points may seem like a big lead, but as we've seen here, there's the highest scoring jam so far was a 15-0 run by Queen's Court. So you get one good jam in there, you're right back into this.
Rock City may be getting a bit of a gift. There's an official timeout call, so that will stop the clock. The referee's talking things over. Of course, we've got a full day of action here for you at the Fresh and the Furious on layer9.ca. And between games, you can dive into the layer9.ca archive as well. You can see other Fresh and Furious tournaments from the past captured on that site. And you know, layer9.ca just has one of the best sort of archives of flat track roller derby in the modern era, dating all the way back to 2007. So a little bit of derby history on layer9.ca.
And it's a great thing as well. Everything can be documented these days, and it's great that, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now, they can look back on this and say, hey, I did this. This is amazing. I had the time of my life doing this.
Although in my experience, when I talk to skaters about their Fresh and Furious experience later in their careers, they're usually embarrassed. I don't want to watch that. I know I've improved so much since then. But no, every year the level of these beginner skaters just goes up, and that's a testament to the training programs that these leagues now employ. So it looks like first lead jammer status is going to go to Queen City, and they will have an opportunity to close this game out with 15 seconds left on the game clock. Again, if you are a Fresh fan, we will go to the jam clock after the game clock expires. And with no time left on the clock, it is now, the game is in Fergavicius's hand. Whenever she taps her hips, this game will be over.
And another Grand Slam. That's 2 again for Fergavicius, and now she calls it off, and that's it.
So there it is. An unofficial final right now is 84-54. Queen's Court will continue in the championship bracket. As we've said, though, Rock Quarry will still have a chance to fight for at least, or as high as 3rd place. So they can still podium with the 1 loss. It's only 2 losses when your opportunity for a medal is eliminated. So yeah, I think we are going to call this one. The referees seem to be content with the score, and it will be an official final. Queen's Court moving on. Rock Quarry will continue to play another game. 84-54. And again, if you want to follow the schedule live, look up in the right-hand corner of your screen right now. Click on that eye. You will see a schedule. You can follow your team throughout the day and see what's coming up next. Coming up next on Ted Reeve, we can tell you, we will have a game featuring the Vipers, I believe, versus the Smash Squad. Coming up at 12:20. And that it is now an official final. So Queen's Court holds on for the win, 84-54. Lex, I think we're going to wrap up this game. Pleasure calling with you. I am the Derby Nerd. You'll hear from us all day here at the 2017 Fresh and Furious.
You have fun? Yeah, great. Nice. Yeah, you did great. Thanks. Yeah. Now, what was Jack saying? Axel's not coming?
Jax hasn't seen Axel.
Okay.
So we've been asked to sub in.
Okay.
Once, whoever wants, whatever.
Do you want to stay in for the next game?
I don't mind.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a bit of a break. And I'll jump in here.
Yeah.